Oh, hey, are you here to practice too? Seems it's true that we can dance here however we can imagine. I'm a total rookie when it comes to dancing, but if that's how it works here, I'll manage. No, it's not my style to just sit around waiting. The time put into practice never betrays you. At first I thought, why all of this now? But since we've committed, I shifted gears. I won't let myself slack off, even for dancing. I'll improve as much as I can. Might as well try acting like a senpai for once, am I right? I've got the basics of dancing down already. Like I expected, it's all about your rhythm. That makes it easier for a boxer like me to understand. Rhythm is important for all martial arts, and especially in boxing. Find the right rhythm, and you'll eventually relax, limiting fatigue and wasted energy. By keeping in rhythm and always moving, it's easier to react quickly to an opponent. Now I know that's easier said than done, so in order to keep your... Sorry, didn't mean to get worked up. We were talking about dancing, right? Anyway, I'll stick with my own style of getting things done. That's all I can do. But I do enjoy a good party as well, so let's do our best enlivening this one up. Of course, I don't intend on losing to you either. I'll be taking the champion's belt. The bell's rung and now I'm coming. Take my 1-2, then an uppercut for the KO.
I was just chatting with Akihiko Senpai.
Did you come here to practice too?
You know, Senpai, I've noticed that you tend to wear a lot of red. Like your vest and your scarf too. Is red your favorite color?
Well, it is the color of vitality and passion, so I guess you could say so. You think so, huh? I do try to keep up on basic fashion at the very least. Red is a lucky color for me. When I was in my first boxing match, they put me in the red corner. I was so nervous, stiff as a board, but I managed to come out on top. Since then, I've always been fond of the color. It gets my blood going. And in title matches, champs get the red corner. That's why red's the color of winners.
Oh, so it's like a good luck charm for you. That kind of surprises me, though. I would have figured you for a complete skeptic.
Not at all. How about you? Are you superstitious? Not a fan of divine intervention, huh? That definitely suits you. I don't follow them blindly, but if they help things work out all right, then great. After all, not everything can be explained with logic. We've learned that personally.
That's true. A lot's happened over the past year.
My approach is to go all out, and that's what I'm gonna do for this challenge, too. The most unlucky thing for us would be if we couldn't pull off this hype-up ball.
Then maybe I should borrow some of your luck. What would you recommend, Senpai?
Well, I've got a special one up my sleeve. I wear red underwear for the greatest bouts. And trunks won't do either. They have to be completely form-fitting.
Red underwear, huh? Oh, but do I have any red? Wait! Why am I telling you?
Wow, Akihiko-san, I should have guessed, but I'm real surprised by your sick moves.
And what exactly do you mean by that?
Nothing. It's just... Well, you're the high school boxing champ, you've got good looks, and the brains to top it off. You're just too perfect. Guys like us can't compete with you, dude. Are you serious? You're just gonna leave me hanging? Well, there's no wonder all the girls are after you. You've got a whole fan base.
I'm not interested in any of that. I've got enough on my plate as it is.
Man, what a waste. You could pick whoever you want. Wait, you don't already have a girlfriend, do you?
Like I said, no interest. It'd cut into my training time, and college entrance exams are coming up soon.
So, no girlfriend, huh? Now it's even more of a mystery. What do you think? Why can't he get a girl? Oh yeah, there's no limit to how long he can ramble about muscles and stuff, huh?
Well, that's rude. I can also talk about skeletal structures.
That's not what I meant. You know, I'm thinking, maybe surprising traits are what make guys like you babe magnets.
Surprising, huh?
Yeah, like something no one would expect about you. Having a weak side or some other flaws, despite seeming so perfect and everything. When you show these sides, it wins girls over because it's so out of left field. Hey, do you know anything surprising about Akihiko-san?
What's wrong with that? It's the most functional choice.
That's not surprising at all. Maybe even the opposite.
All right, that's enough. I doubt showing off some hidden side of me would actually work.
Ah, so you're admitting that you do want to smooth talk the ladies?
Sorry, but I need to ask you a favor. Mind holding him down for me?
Whoa, hang on! I was just joking! But seriously, I never would have guessed that. You're more social than I thought, Senpai. There's a funny side to you, too. At first, you were unapproachable, but after all we've gone through, we're tight now.
You sure are smooth. But I was gonna say, no one's perfect. Everyone has a weakness, no matter what. That's what makes people interesting. It means there's still room for us to grow.
Wow, well put. That's our respectable senpai for you.
I'm actually a bit jealous of you, Junpei. After all, you've got a lot of room to grow.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Maybe you're actually the shit-talking type? What? Not you too! Damn it, you two better remember this talk. I'm gonna become the ultimate ladies' man.
Sure, I look forward to seeing that. Oh, hey, we just finished practice. I did an awful lot of hustling. In normal training, I'd eat now to replenish my energy. Going to Umiushi for a bite would be perfect at a time like this. Oh yeah, and with 3 extra eggs for starters.
You know, Senpai, you have quite the appetite, even on average days. It's amazing to me how thin you stay. I'd love to hear any tips if you have some.
It's simple. Just burn more calories than you intake in a day. For example, a bowl of rice is about 160 kcals. That makes about 20 minutes of jogging.
If only it were that easy. Still, that's quite a fitting answer for you, Senpai.
High protein, high calorie meals are the basis of physique. Eating's part of training.
Wow, that's serious. So the amount is more important than the flavor?
Well, don't get me wrong, I like my meals to taste great too.
So what kinds of food are your favorites?
Well, I know I prefer simpler foods more than extravagant ones. But that's not easy when living in the dorms. A lot of times I get stuck eating takeout. I can't ask her to cook all of my meals. I need to learn how to do it for myself, but that's easier said than done.
Oh, I just had an idea. You should ask him to try your cooking and get his opinion on it. He was so helpful when I asked him to taste test my own cooking.
Ah, that's good. I'll be able to improve the fastest that way. So what do you say? Willing to give me a hand? I want your honest opinion. Great, thank you. I'll do my best to improve. In fact, I already have an idea for my first dish. Some high-quality proteins with a fitting dressing, and I think I'll call it barbecued pig's feet and strength sauce.
Wow, what an impressive-sounding dish, Senpai. Like a 3-star restaurant.
But I need to be especially particular about the ingredients. For the strength sauce, I'll have to balance all the protein types: whey, soy, casein.
I've never even heard of some of these ingredients. Is this a Western-style dish? It sounds so creative and exotic. I bet it'll be fantastic. I can't wait to try it. Leader, I just asked Akihiko-san why he is training in a manner unrelated to dancing.
Well, I've been practicing nothing but dancing since we got here. Just doesn't feel right to blow off my standard routine, even in this situation.
Interesting. What does this routine normally entail?
Well, I do sit-ups, chin-ups, push-ups, and squats, 500 reps each. I do 2 sets of those daily. I also use the training gear in my room to work up a sweat. Finally, some jogging to finish it off. But since we're stuck indoors, I'm skipping that. Well, it wouldn't be training if it didn't tire you out, right? I have a decent feel for dancing now, though. My body keeps up with the moves I imagine. The footwork, the rhythm, it seems that a lot of this will be useful to my fighting.
May I ask you something, Akihiko-san? We were informed that all occurrences here will not be retained in our memories. Everything we do here may be wholly futile. Why do you continue your training?
If our brains are gonna forget it, then I've just gotta make my body learn it.
Your body learns?
I'll admit, I'm not the most clever guy. Even if I really think things through, they usually don't turn out the way I imagined. That's why I practice, to make my body learn the movement, so I can move before I think. It's not all that special. I just don't really have another option here.
Until now, I had thought that the term natural talent applied to you, Akihiko-san. However, after learning more about you, my conceptions of you have changed. The willpower and fortitude in your training regimen, these support your strength. I am also interested in this method of teaching one's body. Should you deem it acceptable, I'd like to attempt training alongside you.
I'd be more than happy to. I won't go easy on you, though. We'll do the full routine.
Yes, of course.
Well, then we can get started now. Make sure you two keep up your pace with mine. Of course you two. Now let's get going. We won't finish the routine if you slack off. We're starting with squats. Come on!
Understood. Let's keep up the pace, leader.
Your body feeling dull from being stuck indoors? Feel free to use this equipment.
Wow, this is amazing! I feel like I could get a lot stronger here. Thank you so much!
Of course you can. It all just depends on your daily training.
Look at all these trophies. These are all yours, Senada-san? You seem to take good care of them.
Well, I feel like I have to treat them with respect. So many athletes train for competitions, but they can't all be victorious. These trophies represent all of the athletes that participated, including the defeated.
In a way, you're paying your respects to your opponents. That's really cool.
Plus, if I'm in a rut, seeing them on display like this gives me hope. They show the progress that I've made, like proof of training or something.
But you've got so many. Don't you ever feel like it's enough?
Not at all. I may be undefeated, but that's only within the limits of high school. There are much stronger opponents out there. I don't want to forget life as a challenger.
That makes sense, especially considering the opponent in our upcoming fight.
All I know for sure is that if we win, it'll mark the end of one journey. But that doesn't make it the end of everything. My desire to grow stronger is because I wanted the power to protect someone. So I'm sure that my desire for strength will carry on past our battle as well.
I want to get stronger too, like the both of you.
I forgot that there's a man with bottomless strength right here. I'd love to go one-on-one with you once, no holds barred, when everything's settled down.
Oh man, this sounds like a dream match. I'm so pumped. I wonder who'll win.
Well, if we're going to spar, I can't take it lightly. I better start preparing for it now. But I think it's too cramped in here for all of us. I'll go train out on the main floor.
If you don't mind, I'll join you. I'm starting to feel a bit restless myself.
All right, follow me. We're going into this full throttle. Ah, it's you.
Akihiko, how many times have I told you not to bring training equipment into your room? What would you do if the floor gave out?
Says you with a room full of huge furniture. I'll eventually move it all out, just not now.
You always say that.
I don't even get why you're lecturing me. This is just a waiting room. Either way, I'll be leaving the dorms soon. Graduation is close after all.
That reminds me, Akihiko. What are your post-graduation plans? You've been fielding offers from many influential boxing gyms, no?
Yeah, I'm thankful for the offers, but I declined them all. It's not like I wanted to go pro or anything. I just want the power to protect others. And I've learned that physical strength isn't the only kind of power. Instead, I'll go to college. That would give me more free time and future opportunities. It's still distant, but I'm starting to see my path. It's gonna be a long one, though.
I see. That sounds more like you. Well, I have no objections at the moment.
Thanks. I'll fill you in with the details eventually. Well, we've been through an awful lot together. I guess you could say she's my fussy comrade.
I can't help but fuss when you're involved, but I know I can rely on you, Akihiko.
Of course, you're irreplaceable to us too. We never would have made it this far without you. I sure hope we all stick together. As long as you're with us, we've got nothing to fear.
I agree as well. But I have to say, you owe us one for this. If it weren't for LP being so obsessed with you, we wouldn't be in this mess.
Oh boy. Hey comrade, you want me to show you how to deal with Mitsuru when she's like this?
Akihiko?
Oh, look at the time. Sorry, I got a training session now. I'll be going.
Seriously, the nerve of him sometimes. If you'll excuse me, I'll be going as well.
Everyone's getting used to dancing on stage. I better step up my game too. I think I've been doing pretty well up there, but what do you think? Well, if you've said it, it must be true. Hearing that gets me psyched. Still, I'm surprised at my reaction to all of this. I can't wait for my turn to dance. To think I'd be this into dancing of all things. I started with just a casual mindset, but it seems I've gained more than I expected. When I watch you and the others dance, I can feel myself getting fired up. It reminds me of what I feel when I see an amazing boxing match. People love boxing because they can tell that the fighters' lives are on the line. They're moved by the fighter's passion, and the exact same thing happens in dancing, too. We were told that when we wake up, we won't remember anything that happened here. even if that's the case, I believe our efforts here will remain somewhere inside us. Because this experience will survive in me. It'll improve my life in the future. Good. I also wanted to thank you. I never would have realized this if we hadn't come here. You've broadened my horizons. Man, I invited you here so we could train together, but look at me rambling instead. I'm starting to get fired up again just from talking to you. Looks like I'm not done dancing. Yeah, let's bring the heat to the stage. Well, I'm gonna head out to practice. Join me if you'd like. See ya.